Hey, what's up guys? Moonlimes here, and today I'm going to be bringing you my latest PB of 2336 in RSG. So in the past couple months, I've been really grinding RSG. Been trying to get a sub 20 time, and I've been doing some offline runs, and this is one of those runs. Also, I've been streaming attempts on Twitch daily, so follow me there if you want. So this run starts off in a village, and I immediately spot the ruin portal off in the distance. And I kind of basically have a stroke here. I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to go see the ruin portal first. I check for a furnace on pie chart and I don't get anything. So I do a whole 360 around this house. I have a stroke, can't open the door. So I grab 2 beds here. And I eventually decide I'll probably just play this as if it were a lava pool. I'll play COD strats and I'll enter through there. I get randomly followed in the middle, even though I'm doing an offline run, so I didn't really expect that, but I guess it's there. Yeah, so now I'm just grabbing wood, going to make stone tools, going to get probably 15 hay bales to do the COD trades. I definitely scuff up my crafting here a little bit. It's pretty slow. I could probably do menu crafting, but it's not something that I'm super comfortable with. Usually I just do it by hand anyway. So I go for 6 stone. I make a hoe as well since I'm going to be doing COD strats, so I'm going to be getting like 15 bales. Grab some wood here so I can make the barrel. And so this routing is pretty suboptimal. I go all the way to this kind of far house. I run over, I kind of decide, oh, like maybe I want to go to the ruin portal, maybe I don't. So I do this loop around, which is pretty pointless. I grab 2 hay bales here. I see a couple more off to the left, but there were actually more that were just right in front of me that I could have gone for instead. So again, just a little bit of time loss. But I mean, of course, the big areas of time save obviously come in the nether, so. Yeah, grab a couple more hay bales here. So actually, I think going to the left was fine. But yeah, I'm gonna grab the iron golem, drag him over to here. I see the farmer there, so that's probably who I'm going to trade for emeralds with, and then I need to find another guy who will do the barrel trade with me. And basically in my head, I'm banking on the fact that hopefully the ruined portal chest has flint and steel in it. So I haven't really thought at all about whether or not, oh, there's like flint in a river or anything like that. He drops 4, which is really good. So just in case, like there's only a piece of flint inside the chest, then I can still make my flint and steel and I can still go. So come over here. Do my trades. Very lucky, he has the wheat trade immediately, so it saves me a bit of time. I'm trying to find another guy. I can't really find one. I realize there's a farm over there that I can yoink and use for the trades. So craft my barrel here. I'm gonna break his block. I scuff up the crafting again. It's something I really need to work on for sure. Break the composter block. Wait for him to come over. And again, this is like a little bit slower than I would have liked. Usually if I want to be exiting a village, it'd probably be around 3 minutes, but a little bit of a hiccup here with the trades. He is not being very cooperative. He drops down, some other guy comes in, but I don't think this guy has the trades either. Craft a little bit more bread. I pause, check the time. Oh, actually this guy does have the trade. Mess up the trade as well. And yeah, I have my bucket, and I have basically everything I need, so I'm just ready to go. I check here if there's any flint, like just in case I can make things go fast, but there isn't any, so I just go straight for the ruin portal. And like right now, like this pace, I think would probably be a reset under most circumstances. I think at least if I'm going for sub 20 pace runs, sub 4 enters would probably be preferable. But I figured since this was probably going to be like my last run of the night anyway, that I should just play it out and see what happens. And I'm pretty glad that I did. Over here, there's definitely a way to complete this ruined portal instantly. So I get lucky, there's 1 flint in the chest as well, so I have my flint and steel. I get a golden sword. Unfortunately, it's not looting. I wish it was, but yeah, So I just treat this as if it were a lava pool, do the 4 block, make the little upside down L shape. Yeah, I scuff up the block placement again. There's definitely a lot of that in this run. But yeah, I have gold armor and everything, so I will be spending like a lot less time routing or like thinking about where I should get armor if I'm doing a bastion. So it makes things a bit easier on my life, so I can only think about just how I should get to the next bastion, and I have all the beds that I need, all the wood that I need. I spawned in a basalt. It's pretty bad. It looks like the terrain is really garbage, but I see this open patch here. And then I'm going to use E-ray to try and find a bastion because I see that the entity count is pretty high. I do E-ray and I find that the bastion is basically directly into that good terrain that I see over in the distance. So I boat down. And yeah, I'm kind of just getting moving because already this pace is not super great. Normally 6 minutes is like you try to enter the bastion around that time for like a good blind pace, but again, you know, you can't get everything you want. Yeah, I check my pie chart and there's no fortress around either. So in my head I'm thinking, wow, this is a little bit sad because even if I do get out of the bastion on like a decent pace, the blind isn't going to be super great. There's no fortress for at least 16 chunks as far as I'm concerned, so there's going to be a bit of nether travel that I have to do. It's helped out by the fact that I have a lot of food, so I can be pearling around pretty quickly, but you know, usually you'd like to have like a very linear nether and just like know immediately, oh, there's like a fortress in close vicinity, and then you can also find where that fortress is using pie chart strats. So I grab a little bit of wood here for extra building blocks. I get really confused as to what this bastion is because I didn't see anything in front, so I assumed it wasn't bridge. I went to go check if it was housing. I realized that it's definitely not housing or stables, so it probably has to be bridge. Good player, by the way. Tower up, and we start running bridge. And then again, I'm playing very scared here. Like, I see the hoglins. I could probably just run past them, but I figure I don't want to get knocked into the lava. I've had a couple runs die to that, including a fashion seed that I threw maybe 10 minutes prior to this run. So I really was not feeling like choking a good seed again. So I basically play out bridge normally. One thing I could probably do faster for future runs is just I grab, I think, all 16 gold blocks here, which is definitely not necessary. You basically only need 12 or maybe even 13 if you're afraid of like low rolling. So I don't think, but it's pretty small overall. Like, I don't think that the time you spend mining those extra gold blocks is like super big. I throw a piece of gold back because I realized that I missed. Grab my blocks, and then I just do standard, planning on doing either the dip route or like the triple chest dusky route. Yeah, so I come over here, it's triple chest. Wow, cool, Pac-Man. I don't know why I break these blocks out. I set up the little safe corner for myself, set up my piglin hole, and I get ready to start trading. Yeah, I will say that overall, I don't really like bridge. It feels very slow a lot of the times, just because like you have to move all the way over to get into one of the side ramparts. If you don't get a triple chest, it's even slower. I get pretty lucky here with, I think the chest has like enough for 10 obby. I remember having a ton of obby in this run, but also I think I get rolled very hard on pearl trades. or that might have been an earlier run. I'm not sure. But definitely other bastions feel faster and more consistent, especially housing. I'd say probably if this were housing bastion, I would probably be out by now. But instead I kind of lumber over to this other triple chest on the other side. I play really safe. I don't even want to take the risk that like, oh, maybe I missed this like literal 1 block jump. Yeah, so there's like 7 obby or something in that chest, which is really crazy. Grab a little bit more gold, even though I probably don't need it since most of my trades should be done by now. I did get a lot of pigs. I'm running back, gonna complete my trades, and then the goal is just to get out as quickly as possible. Yeah, okay, I think it was a different run. Actually, no. Yeah, so I'm stuck on 12 pearls right now, which, considering it's bridge and I threw in like at least like 15 blocks worth of gold, is pretty surprising. Like you'd expect more from bridge. I check my pearls again. Never mind. I have 2 stacks. I'm absolutely loaded. Yeah, I'm just clearing out inventory. Definitely can be faster with this. Just be a bit more decisive about getting rid of inventory. I already have like 2 beds, so I can afford to just go right now, since this would be 5 beds and then I can play with an anchor. But instead I choose to wait it out a little bit, maybe wait on 1 or 2 more trades, and then I think now I mess up, fall into the piglin hole, try to pearl out, fail, and then get on the second try. So definitely like mechanics were not great that day, but I think I played the rest of this run decently well. So now again, like I see on pie chart that now I have a mob spawner, and so I want to get to like open terrain so I can kind of find what direction the mob spawner is in, so I can look for fortress. So I go back to the chalice area, I go to this more open terrain area, and then I start doing a thing where I first lower my render distance to find exactly how many chunks away the mob spawners are, and then I lower it to 1 less than that render distance, and then I move either left, right, up, or down into any of the chunks next to me, and if I see that the mob spawner loads in, then I know it's approximately in that direction. So I see it's 15 chunks away, I go forward, and then you can see the mob spawner loads in on the pie chart. It's kind of obscured by my hand cam, unfortunately, but I know it's about 15 chunks in that direction. I definitely play this pretty safe, even though I'm already like not on great pace, so I probably should just be pearling as fast as I can, but I kind of am running around like towering up unnecessarily. Like I probably could have just pearled over this entire terrain, because I have like 2 stacks, full stacks of pearls. Like I can just go wherever I want. So I do throw a pearl here. I think I throw another one as well, or I just play it really safe. I'm actually a massive coward. Yeah, I come over here, and already like I've probably traveled around 200 blocks, so it should be around the fortress. I look forward, I see it's not there, so I get kind of scared, like maybe I did it wrong, maybe it's a treasure bastion instead. But I managed to see like the kind of edge of the fortress sticking out behind one of the blocks over there. So I travel over to the left, and the fortress is right there. And so actually this fortress is at decent blind cords, but the spawner is really far, and the spawner is something like 150 blocks inwards in this direction. So like the blind cords aren't super great. Maybe one thing I could have done was tossed a pearl backwards to set up a pearl hang for blind cords, and then just do my blaze stuff here. But yeah, I make my way to a blaze spawner. I start a bit of an idiot, forgot that my fire res potion ran out. And yeah, the rates on this blaze spawner were pretty terrible, I think, probably because of the fact that A, it's open, and B, there's like a bit of like the nether tree that goes into it. I'm trying to set up a blaze bed here because I figure I have enough for 4 more beds, so I can play 5 beds, and I'm pretty comfortable on that. So I'm trying to figure out a way to blaze bed. Another spawn comes in, so I kind of get delayed on that. And I remember taking a lot of hits during this run, and it was pretty unfortunate. I mess up the positioning of my blaze bed. It's really terrible. Don't watch. But yeah, I blaze bed. I don't know actually, honestly, how much this helped, because it is an open air one, but I think none of the back blocks got cleared out, but the front got cleared out, and I honestly don't feel like the spawns like increased that significantly. So I blaze bed, I clear out all the fire, so hopefully the light level's a bit lower so I can increase my spawns. Again, another one spawn on the blaze spawner. So I am kind of getting a bit cucked on both spawn rates and drop rates. I haven't been counting, but I'm probably like 2 for 6 or 2 for 5 at this point. This is a bit unfortunate. So right now I'm just thinking about, okay, just want to go for blazes, I guess, and hopefully, you know, we can get a good blind travel. And of course, being that I'm already like on pace to blind out pretty bad, like not even, you know, sub 15 blind, the blind travel ends up being really good, which is what actually saves this run from being absolute dog. So yeah, I start breaking these blocks. I probably should have done that earlier, to be honest. It was pretty unfortunate. Yeah, another spawn. This spawn is okay, but I think I go 0 for 3 if I'm not mistaken. Okay, never mind, 1 for 3. But yeah, the rates were definitely not great. I was at this spawner for like at least 4 minutes or something, just kind of waiting. I don't know if there was another spawner that was closer that I maybe could have gone to, or maybe even tried to like go back and forth between the spawners, but I think I played this fine. So yeah, no drops again, so I have to wait for another spawn cycle. Honestly, at this point, I was thinking about honestly just resetting, because I've been resetting for sub 20 paces rather than for PB pace. So that I don't like go through, but I figured it's the last run of the night. I might as well just get a run under my belt and just see where it ends up. Try and go through the blind. Craft glowstone here. Hopefully just in case I need a respawn anchor for the blaze fight. Yeah, I forget that I need fire res. And I think I'm out on this cycle, if I'm not mistaken. I go 2 for 3 here. Oh wait, no, there's another spawn cycle that comes in. I figure I want to go back and grab my crafting bench, and I'm already here, so I might as well just kill one and then leave. So I have 7, and I see that like, oh, my pace is absolutely terrible, so I should just go now immediately. Sometimes if I want to play really, really safe, I can leave on 8 rods, but generally leave on 7 is probably the best for right now. I know that leaving on 6 is like the most optimal decision, but at least for right now, that's just what I think is safe. So I come over here. These blind cords are not great. I don't even know if they're in the ring, but I mean, it's not like the perfect 150, but it's definitely decent. I think this blind was like 1.2k away from stronghold, which is not great, but I spawn on land, so there's no need to like dig back up, which is something that's actually very helpful. I go to sleep. I don't really feel like dealing with mobs. It probably would have been faster for me to just go, but I think what I end up doing is pretty smart as well. So I do educated travel, since I have so much obby that I can build another portal. So I'm going to do my distance check and then just kind of travel in the nether instead of traveling over land, because it's just faster. You basically travel 8 blocks 8 times faster if you're traveling over land. So I throw my first eye, I do the angle check, it's like 14.5. Take the moment to do some mathematics in my brain. 90 minus 14.5, very difficult math that I have to do. It's like negative 75 something. I mess it up. I go here, negative 75.5, and then I go through the portal. So definitely my distance check is like pretty messed up. but it's pretty scuffed, but I do it anyway. I check, this is like 15.7, so it's like a little bit over 1. I didn't grab that eye. Okay. So I figure, okay, it's like 1,000 blocks. I recheck the angle again for some reason. I think this eye breaks. So I figure I might as well just do educated since it's about 1,000 blocks away. So if I whip like 1 pearl for 100 blocks in the nether, then I'll get pretty close. So I find the angle and then I just chuck 1 pearl. I probably could have moved forward a little bit, but I didn't want to go like past it and then have to run back. Like it's just easier for me to stay on the same angle. I throw this pearl, it's pretty decent. So this goes from like 1,200 block blind to about 300 blocks, which is really, really good. So the travel is a lot faster than it normally would be. I think one thing that is kind of slow is that this nether portal ends up being inside of a cave. So you have to dig up, which loses me about a minute. And probably I could have done the educated a lot faster, but in general I think this was played decent. I accidentally split again because I'm in the habit of doing my split whenever I leave my nether portal. Unsplit later, and then I tower up. I see that I'm in the overworld, which is really disappointing. I was hoping that I would be like maybe in an ocean or something. It ends up being ocean exposed, spoiler alert. But it's like a very strange, it's not like ocean exposed. It's like kind of like river or lake exposed. It's very strange. I've actually probably just have not played enough. I haven't seen anything like it. So it's pretty interesting. So I tower up. There's just a lot of towering to do, which is unfortunate. I think maybe if I had gone up that little hill that was in the nether, that maybe my portal would have spawned on land and it would have been a lot faster. But yeah, so I come out, I'm inside a river. I see this and I think, oh, this is great. This is like, this could be ocean because it goes directly in. I grab my boat and then the eye breaks again. So I've gone like 2 for 2 in eye breaks, and I also just forgot to pick up an eye. So if the portal room's a 0 eye, I kind of just get screwed over. But I'm going here and I see like this kind of swamp part off to the side, and I kind of get, it's kind of disappointing for me because I think, oh, like maybe it's not going to be ocean exposed, and then I look over and bang, ocean exposed portal room. Very good at the game. Better luck is a better player, as we all know. So at this point I realize, oh, this is like still kind of PB pace, like maybe provided things don't go terribly, like this is still okay. I wasted a bit of time grabbing the axe, probably just could have broken it. And I scuff up getting into the portal room as well. And I get really lucky here, and it ends up being a 1 eye, so I'm able to enter the end just fine. So this was a gold split for me for locating the end portal, which is nice. So before, in my previous runs, if you've watched my FSG PB, you know that I used to do east-west, but since then I've started to do north-south because it's just a lot faster. It saves you about 30 seconds of the dragon kind of spiraling around the obsidian towers, but in exchange you have to be a little bit more precise in calling when it's going to perch. And so it's something that I've been practicing on a little bit. I still don't feel 100% confident in it. If this were sub 20 pace or like very comfortably sub 20 pace, I probably would have defaulted to east-west. I see it goes back. There's kind of like the hook motion that people talk about. So I call the perch, and here's the 1 cycle. And there it is. That is my new Minecraft PB in 23:36 in 55 milliseconds. Thanks for watching, guys. If you made it this far in the video, maybe consider subscribing. I don't have the statistics like Dream, but maybe one day I will. So if you enjoy that stuff, subscribe. And if you're interested in watching me do runs live, you can also follow me on Twitch. And for the algorithm, smash that like button and drop a comment on your favorite moonlimes bad gameplay moment. Alright, see you guys later.